Just going back to your original video, you didn't just talk about length, but you talked about quality.
Exactly. So it can be very, very thin, very, very simple coax cable. You don't need to push the boundaries of your wallet in order to make buy the most expensive cable to make the system work. And of course, 40 meters. You might be saying, Daniel, why do I need 40 meters? Well, if you've got a trucking industry where the vehicles maybe are 25 meters long and you need to put a reversing camera on the back, or you want to put a surround view system, you need to go beyond the 15 meters that normally is offered, and you need to go to these sort of distances.
Hello IPX. We just had I'll refer you to the interview that we just did with Daniel at CES about how Valens deal with data, how they deal with cable data. So go to that video if you want to understand the overall picture of what you can do with Valens. Now we're going to look at an application with Daniel and see how it actually works in action. So over to Daniel.
Perfect. So we've been talking earlier about MIPI A-PHY as the first high-speed SerDes standard in the industry, finally offering us a standardized solution. That actually defines up to 15 meters of cable. But what we're showing here is the ability for us to apply our chipsets to go way beyond 15 meters. What we have here is a camera running a 4 gigabit per second link. It's a 4K camera. And that 4 gigabits per second, the spoiler alert is there, is being run over 40 meters of coax cable.
That's a lot of cable.
That is an awful lot of cable. It has several inline connectors on it, so now it can be made up of different segments, and we can see that's an inline connector. 40 meters of coax cable coming down to our receiver chip here.
And just going back to your original video, you didn't just talk about length, but you talked about quality.
Exactly. So it can be very, very thin, very, very simple coax cable. You don't need to push the boundaries of your wallet in order to buy the most expensive cable to make the system work. And of course, 40 meters. You might be saying, Daniel, why do I need 40 meters? Well, if you've got a trucking industry where the vehicles maybe are 25 meters long and you need to put a reversing camera on the back, or you want to put a surround view system, you need to go beyond the 15 meters that normally is offered, and you need to go to these sort of distances. So we really
I mean, that could be on the back of a vehicle.
Absolutely.
And it's got to work with the infotainment system, so it comes up front.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So we're bringing a technology that is powerful enough not only to work on cheaper cables, on cheaper connectors, but on much longer cables than has previously been possible. And this opens up a whole, as I say, a whole new bunch of market segments: the trucking industry, industrial industry, construction, agricultural, all those kind of things where the solutions before today just simply, didn't cut it. So again, when we talk about being a disruptive technology, there's another disruption right there, bringing vision systems that are so needed in these those sort of market segments with trucks and so on, and we actually bring the solution to market.
You're talking about, NVIDIA.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on here.
This is just this, by the way, is just our evaluation kit. Don't be concerned by the size or anything. This is just an evaluation kit, of
I'm
course.
just thinking about the data.
The
integrity that's needed. To go from there.
Over all of that.
To get to there.
Absolutely. And we do it beautifully, like I say, a latency, a delay from end to end of just a few microseconds. Every bit of data is delivered. This is a lossless system. It performs extremely well in that electromagnetic environment I was talking about earlier, which is such a supercritical factor. And that's why we say we're disruptive.
So you don't know the integrity until you plug it in. So is there a development board that you can get?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you want to go beyond just watching videos and reading white papers and so on, you can buy our evaluation kits. We have camera side kits, we have receiver side kits where you can buy it even with with the processing unit, as an add-on.
How much does that cost just to get a simple evaluation kit?
It depends upon what you want to buy, but it ranges probably from a couple of $1,000, a little bit north of that as well. So it's a very, very low cost, quick and easy way to implement and detect and to implement and test our technology.
Excellent. Thank you.
Pleasure.
Where my engineers at?